Hello. I believe we have our video working now. So, welcome to our Breastfeeding University of our Mom Advocate program. This module 1 is updated and renewed by Miriam Woods, and the website is on the link that is there. I will try to attach this when we upload the video. We would have done it live, but there were some situations that occurred. So if you do have any questions at all, post them down below on this video, and we are more than welcome to help you out. So, welcome to Breastfeeding University. What does MOM stand for? It's actually standing for Mothering Other Mothers. So, you may ask, what is Breastfeeding University MOM's mission? Well, our mission is to improve availability of breastfeeding advocates, educators, and counselors in local communities by offering training in these three areas. So, are you a Catholic-based program? Since it kind of works around other programs that we run, it's actually more non-denominational, and it's Christian-based. We do offer biblical reflections for others to consider, and we also might occasionally have a Catholic breastfeeding saint to consider. So you may choose either biblical or saint option for the grade in that section, or you may skip so if you desire, but this will not affect your grading or learning. So what is a breastfeeding advocate, you may ask? Well, a breastfeeding mom advocate is a person that usually is a mother, but who knows about breastfeeding and wants to help other mothers learn more about breastfeeding. An advocate means a person who publicly supports a particular cause or policy, the dictionary online. A breastfeeding advocate will help change policies and support mothers too. A breastfeeding advocate will run small group support meetings, and a breastfeeding advocate does not offer one-on-one support as a counselor or educator. This will be part of our future programs that we will offer. However, you can support the mother in an advocate way one-on-one if so needed. We will give examples of this in the course. So these are frequently asked questions that we are going to try to go over with you. So what ways do advocates work? You may work with a mother in a group setting. If you work with a mother one-on-one, it is as an advocate only, not as a counselor or an educator. So we will give examples of this for you all to know. Will this course provide enough information for me to help moms? This course will provide you enough information and help you to run a group-style meeting. You may get all volunteer hours you need by offering meetings for a few months. You may also work one-on-one with a mother, but this may be supervised by someone else. Will there be visual aids? We hope to link some important breastfeeding videos in some of the modules. We also have a video review in each module for you to do. And you may ask, how many modules will there be to go over? So we are planning to have 4 modules covering 2 laws of breastfeeding in most of them. Last module will cover 1 law and have extra information in about leadership. The course will run for 5 weeks in order for students to have extra time to turn in things. We may add in like an intro and conclusion video linked in our classroom. When will I receive my certificate? You will receive your certificate when you finish all the certification requirements. This can be done over a period of time, or you could try to finish within the first 6 months. How long do I have to finish certification requirements, you may ask? And we give you 1 year. So this is an overview of module. So each module will have sections that go over certain information. And let's go see. In this module, we cover 1.0 introduction and suggested books and certification requirements, the laws of breastfeeding, running a breastfeeding group, extra supplement section, saying of the module, plus the video review, and also a end of module 1. So this is the suggested books and certification requirements to becoming a mom advocate. So we are revising this course, so we have decided that requiring 1 book from a list should not be too hard for anyone. Please read one of the books below. I'm just checking to see it's still recording. Yes. So, Breastfeeding Made Simple, 7 Natural Laws for Nursing Mothers. The Nursing Mother's Herbal. This will most likely be required for the second phase of Breastfeeding Educator. You can also You should also try to see one of these books that you like. Boost Your Breast Milk, an all-in-one guide for nursing mothers to build a healthy milk supply by Alicia Simpson. Mother Food, and Food and Herbs that Promote Milk Production. This book will also be part of a future question. And I don't know if I covered it because my head is totally out of my head. Not thinking today. The Breastfeeding Mother's Guide to Making More Milk. So that's another thing. So these are the certification requirements. So you will read through and do all of the following Module 1's requirements. So first off, you will read one of the breastfeeding books of your choice and review it for a grade. So if you own a book already, that is fine. You can talk to Julie about it pre-hand, the Julie lesson, or you could also talk to Julia Momita. I think her last name is. I'm sorry, I butcher last names. So you will have to work 10 volunteer hours with at least 3 mothers in an advocate format. These hours can be done at a La Leche League meeting, a WIC office, phone support, online group support, and just log down hours you spend in one of the above capacities. Review each video posted in the modules or choose one to review of yourself. You will make a breastfeeding meeting plan and turn it in as a certification grade. You will host one mom breastfeeding advocate meeting with a group of breastfeeding mothers. This meeting can count for 2 hours of your volunteer hours. If you are a Catholic Nursing League leader or a Bloom pregnancy or postpartum support leader and host a meeting that is exclusively focused on breastfeeding, you may count that meeting as well. Turn in evaluation forms from your meeting and a reflection form. And then after that, you are now certified after finishing it. So we will be hosting this class on a Facebook group. The classroom URL will be given to you after you pay, as we may use this first module as partial sampler. Blessed Breastfeeding, or Bloom, or Catholic Doula will be the pages supporting this Facebook group. If you need to contact us outside Facebook, you can contact the following emails of Catholic Doula Program or the Breastfeeding Uni at gmail.com. Or you can contact me. I'm a helper for the courses, and you can contact me first because I have a big online presence. So these are the grading rubrics that are currently available. So most sections will require a discussion board, at least one of them, on our Facebook forum. Just find the Module 1 form, for instance, in this module and post there. Each discussion is 25 points. There may be some assignments like handouts to make up to give a future client or friend. Those count as 100 points. There may be case studies, which are 100 points as well. Discussion 1.1. Acknowledge that you understand the grading rubrics of this course, and you'll try to include a chart like this in each module to help you out. So that is what you would be doing in as your first course. We're just kind of going through it. So our goals currently for the Breastfeeding University at Blessed Bloom include step 1, you become a mom advocate. Step 2, you become a breastfeeding educator. Step 3, you participate in the breastfeeding counselor. There are 3 certificates that you would get. If you wish to fully participate in our program, the above steps will help you reach out your full goals to working with breastfeeding mothers. So, the laws of breastfeeding, here are the optional readings. Suggested reading, Chapter 1 of Breastfeeding Made Simple. Learn about the 7 laws and the importance for mother to understand breastfeeding better. The laws show how breastfeeding is a natural process and mothers shouldn't be afraid of learning how to do this. By the way, just so you all know, this is what you are going to be partially using in your first module of the course. So we're kind of giving you like a little sneak peek of seeing what it is. So stay tuned, because when you do it, you may have already been caught up of what you have to listen to. So some mothers may have more natural inclination towards breastfeeding than others, and you can encourage mothers to try breastfeeding for the first 2 weeks after having baby. If mother is struggling along, she may need help from an expert, like a board IBCLC certified lactation consultant. Yes, there may be a fee charge. After all, these experts have taken several years to achieve this goal. However, some CLCs will work on a sliding scale, so do ask around. The first law of breastfeeding are babies and mothers are hardwired to breastfeed. So what does our author mean by this hardwired to breastfeed? If you have not gone to a natural birth, please attend one if possible. You will see that baby do what is called a nursing crawl. If mother allows this after being born, the baby will naturally crawl and find the mother's breast. The baby will start to nurse automatically, latching on usually naturally. Isn't that amazing? So the mothers are mothers hardwired too? Yes, mothers can be trained to breastfeed their babies in the most natural way. However, many mothers are sadly discouraged from breastfeeding, hearing horror stories of mom's nipples hurting, etc. It doesn't have to be this way. So how does a mother learn if she doesn't know or seem not to be hardwired? She can do it the right brained way. Wait for baby to be calm. That's important. If you have a cranky, hungry baby, this is not going to work so well. Watch for feeding cues. Early signs are rooting. The baby's mouth moves around looking for mommy's breast. Get relaxed, the author suggests. Lean back and get comfortable, also called laid back breastfeeding. Place your baby tummy down between your breasts. The baby goes a lot by smells and availability of feeding. If you have a baby skin to skin, it works even better. Try not to put a lot of clothes on you or baby when learning to breastfeed together for the first week or so. Follow your baby's lead. Let the baby be the leader. Speak calmly to baby. Your tone of voice is more important than what you say to baby. Babies like calm sounds. Let baby bob for your breast. Another thing the author suggests is play while you learn to breastfeed. This basically means practice when baby is not hungry, even. It will help for real feeding times. So this is pictures of the laid back breastfeeding. And when you're doing the course, you'd have to go to 1.2a discussion and talk about it. So the assignment is interview a mother about breastfeeding. Did breastfeeding come easy for you, or was it an uphill battle? Was it easy or a battle? What techniques did you use for learning to breastfeed? Are you familiar with laid back breastfeeding? What would you tell other mothers about learning to breastfeed? And you can submit to the followings. This is the section continued, and mother is baby's natural habitat. What does this mean? The baby should be carried near, stay with, and be loved by mother all day long as much as possible. Touch is very important to a baby, and it is a very powerful tool. So why not just carry the baby around the most of the day? Baby will rest easier, and mom will be able to do more tasks. Carrying small baby in a sling. Carrying a small baby in a sling or type of baby carrier is a good way to have mom stay as the natural habitat of the baby all day long. Being able to touch and nurse mom all day is helpful to a baby. Have you ever had the type of baby who would fall asleep and then just wake up again after you try to put her down? Mom may want to consider baby carrying for nap times. We will talk about baby carriers in next slides and some ways to keep baby near mom at night too. We will also discuss a special section on kangaroo care. If you were doing the course, you would be going to discussion natural habitat on the form and answer the question. So the safety and baby carrying, we are going to post some links that are important to look over. So please look for it, and if none of them are working, which I think these all should be working, please Google safety and baby carrying for your own links to look over. Special Kangaroo Special Care section titled 5 Secrets of Breastfeeding by M.O.M. Woods. First secret, the power of touch. When babies are born, they naturally will come to the mother's breast and feed. If you leave the baby alone to do this, it is called a nursing crawl. What is even more important is that mothers naturally want to hug and touch their newborn baby anyway. So the skin-to-skin touch after birth is very important for baby's health, and this is a secret of breastfeeding. If a baby feels safe in his mother's arms or her, then he will most likely be able to breastfeed very well from the first moment. Even C-section babies can have breast milk. So secret 2 is kangaroo care and breastfeeding. So Dr. Bergman did research on kangaroo care, which means just wrapping babies up and keeping them close to their mothers with skin-to-skin contact, especially preemies. The survival rate of the preemies increased when doing so, and Dr. Bergman also studied habitats of other animals in order to back up his research on kangaroo care. So breastfeeding and kangaroo care go together, as babies need the skin-to-skin contact, especially preemies. We have even read about miracles on when a baby thought was stillborn came to life after the mother's touch of skin-to-skin contact. That is just amazing. The role of oxytocin is secret 3, and it is very important. If it feels good, then this natural mothering hormone is involved. It is a hormone that is naturally released after husband and wife reach climax during sex. It is also a hormone that helps with the contractions of the uterus during labor. Pitocin is the synthetic form of it. It is released when a mother is breastfeeding her infant, natural letdown of the breast milk, and it can also happen at other times when really relaxed feelings, such as after a massage. Secret 4 is making more milk. So making milk is the hormone oxytocin is naturally released when a mother is breastfeeding. So it helps her relax as well as the baby, and it becomes a time when mother and baby bond together. It can also help with making more milk by just getting mom to relax. Breastfeeding also lowers stress levels for mothers. There's a research about this, and it does make sense. A mother that is more relaxed from oxytocin makes her a happier mom. Oxytocin also helps with a mother's mood and makes her more open to accepting her baby, equals bonding. And skin to skin also does help the baby stay calmer. And secret five is less noise and low lights makes breastfeeding easier for certain babies. So some babies are just super sensitive to lights or noise when they are breastfeeding. Sometimes they just need a quieter environment, especially if a mom is visiting a friend and trying to breastfeed. We advise if mom is having trouble only when she's out and about, then it is most likely the baby needs quiet and less lights. Find a quiet room while you're at your friend's house if possible and nurse there. If you are at your church, you might suggest that the chapel offer a special nursing room for mothers. If you are at a mall, you should ask the mall to offer such nursing rooms as well. And 1.2 Secrets of Breastfeeding, you would then go to a discussion board and the option of making a handout. The section 3, breastfeeding meeting tips. So running a breastfeeding meeting, what's in a name? We want you to be able to offer your meetings in a more open format. Name it what you like. Let's say you're a Catholic or Christian and want to connect with other Catholic Nursing League or Bloom. Our program allows you to connect with other types of breastfeeding support as long as the other group allows it. Let's say you just want to keep it open to any denomination or style of moms, then naming it a mom group is fine. Or you may want to have more specific breastfeeding names, like you can do bring your own boobs. I know, kind of silly, right? Anyway, feel free to name your group. If you want to make sure another group doesn't have the same name, run it by us to make sure. We hope to list the Breastfeeding Mom Advocate groups on the Bloom site and Breastfeeding University Blessed Womb. So, first of all, you don't have to keep the name you come up with this. This is more for bouncing ideas off each other. Please use this discussion forum for an exercise and just have fun. So your group has a name. Now what? In this section, we will give you some general tips for running meetings. You might like Robert's Rule of Orders. Get yourself a copy if you like to be real formal. We're not going to be picky on how you run your meetings as long as you can report once a year about the meetings. So do remember to take notes or have a note taker during the meetings or record it. It is okay. If you don't like taking notes, record all meetings and make a simple report later. Next slide for some resources in this regard. So here are some links you can check out, and this is all more in depth when you go into the course. Peer support group meetings. So there's some tips on the following link, and you have your extra credit assignment to make a handout based on the above website. And if you don't do the assignment, at least do the discussion, which is on the next slide, of discuss the resources presented on the forum. Next time, we will go over making a meeting plan up and knowing your audience. Then you'll make up a plan for an assignment. The following module, you will implement your meeting plan, so you may want to consider a meeting location. We will also go over that as well. And so the extra supplement, examples of advocacy and 2 case studies. So what can you do for one-on-one advocacy versus not do? You can be a support person. Listen to the mother in a format of support. Be there for her. Breastfeeding crisis. She needs breast milk. Find her a milk bank or a local person to donate milk. She is feeling ill. Make sure she calls her doctor for advice. Remember, you are just a support person. You support her as an advocate friend. You cannot be the doctor and advise her on any medical things. This is not your job. You cannot offer official counseling. If she needs a breastfeeding counselor that has more expertise, connect her with a local one. You cannot diagnose the baby. Make sure she calls her doctor or midwife. A case study, what's that? So a case study is where we offer you a real or made-up story about a mother and her breastfeeding journey. You give resources or some answer to the problem. In the next examples, we may have you tell whether you can help this mom as an advocate or call an expert for advice. So Miriam is a new mother. Her daughter, a baby newborn, is having trouble latching on. You can help show Miriam some latch positions. You cannot help Miriam and tell her to call a lactation consult. Joanna is a second-time mother, and her baby Lily has a slight fever, and she has trouble breastfeeding. Advise the mother to call her doctor and lactation consultant. Go ahead and give this mother advice. Only call the lactation consultant. And Mary Ann is also a mother of a newborn baby boy. He's been colicky and fussy lately and is not nursing as well. You can give Mary Ann advice on this issue as an advocate. You must suggest Mary Ann to talk to her doctor or midwife about this. Choose the best answers and submit for your first case study to the following emails. This is case study B, baby carrying. Mariah is a new mother. She wants to carry her new baby Jonah in a safe baby carrier or wrap for newborns. She also wants to know about safety of wearing baby. Research what wraps or carriers are safe for newborn babies. Make sure you include information from the internet that are good, reliable sources. We do not accept Wikipedia articles. Please make a handout for Mariah about baby wearing safety. Include at least one style of wrap or carrier that is safe for newborns. A lot of carriers are not safe until baby is 3 months old. Be prepared to show us that it is safe for a newborn. Submit your handout to a classroom as Case Study A. So these are our biblical reflections, and you can choose the biblical reflection or saint of the discussion. So in this module, we just are going over the visitation of Mary from the Bible, so there will only be a biblical reflection, as Catholics consider both Mary and Elizabeth as saints. So you have video reviews and how to do them. So in each module, we'll post one or more videos for you to look over. You only need to review one of these videos for a grade, but for the most part, unless otherwise noted, if you do two, then the grade will be split. Grading rubric for video reviews. What is the video about specifically? What do you like about this video, or you do not like anything about this video? Was the video informative? Do you think a mother will benefit from watching this video? Rate the video 1 to 5 stars like an Amazon review and submit to the classroom. And here are what you would be reviewing for your class. And then of course, your biblical reflection. So that just tells you to read over this passage and this passage and then discuss it on the board. So it's pretty simple in that sense. And this is the end of Module 1 of M.O.M, Advocate Breastfeeding course. So you might be wondering, what are the prices? It's a very easy question. It is on the website that we did have in the very beginning. I don't know if it would go to it if I click the button, so I'm just going to leave it here. But it's at breastfeedinguni.weebly.com. And if you're wondering prices, it's $50 per person. So for me, it's $50. For you, it's $50, kind of things like that. And then if you have 2 friends, it would be $40 each instead. So instead of paying $100, you'd be paying $80. Does that make sense a bit? I hope so. And then if you were wanting for 3 friends, you'd pay $120 for the group of 3, same as $40 each. So technically, it just keeps you. The more people you get as a group, you get it for $40 each. So you discount, you get it if you have more people signing up than just yourself. So I hope this webinar or video explanation made sense for you and your family. And you can decide if this is the right course for you. Personally, we don't all need to be educators and seem to have the highest of the highest knowledge. So this course here would give you the chance that you can just help someone by being supportive, like a doula, where we're not trained medically, we just advocate. So if we do the same for breastfeeding, then this is where this course comes up. We'd like to also thank M.O.M Woods for coming on with us on this project and helping us out. So I hope you have a wonderful day, and hopefully you enjoy the course. You can email both, let me see, I believe we do have the emails here. I'll just try to make sure I get them on the page for you to see. So that way you know. Yeah, you can email elisavitiwill@gmail.com or breastfeedinguni@gmail.com. That way you can get in touch with us to sign up. We're so happy to have you, and I hope you have a great day.